paper. I am Brianna. I continue to play along with Christy's Beautiful Life in her 30 Days of Sketches. Today is day 28, and I really hope to have participated in more days than I have this month. So next month, we have coming up Off the Board with Pineapple Papers, where we take pins and get inspiration. And it can be either a sketch pin, or it could be colors that inspire you, or any other thing, honestly. So I think I'm going to try to take the sketches that I haven't been able to do yet and do those for the month of July with Off the Board. I again don't think I'm going to get them all done, even the ones I've just haven't done for this month, but it's a good starting point. I'm super excited. These sketches are so fun. So these are all exclusive sketches by people that make them for Christy, and so you are allowed to use them, scrap lift them, get inspiration from them, and all those kind of fun things. So I will have today's sketch is by Sara Scraps. It is 2 photos similar to this. It's got a cluster up here, a cluster here, and a little cluster here with journaling. I have pictures of Jillian and her fiance Nick. They were at, it's like a Top Golf. It might be Top Golf, but they were golfing. So I just got some new fun things to play with. And I have to look at the packaging because I'm not even sure what I'm talking about. But this is eucalyptus. It's color... Oh boy. Where did I stick the packaging? Oh, here, I got it. It's by 49 and Market, and it is, here's the collage sheets that go with it that I wasn't gonna use. Eucalyptus collage. Oh, here we go. Color swatch eucalyptus. Okay, and that is where I got the background from. I would say most of these other items are from Spectrum Sherbet 49 Market. So some of these are cutouts that I've done. Some of these are laser cuts. Here's a cutout. And then here, this is the color swatch eucalyptus film strips. So I thought I could use those too. These are rub-ons. These are more from 49 Market, and they are the Spectrum Sherbet. And then I have one last golfing sticker. I'd rather be golfing. I do have golfing stickers. These are Paper Studio. I do have one eyelet that is a golf ball, and I really want to use that on here. And then just various other pieces. So super excited. Let's get scrapping. Whenever I take a little break from scrapping, which I don't like doing because this is very good for my mental health, but whenever I take a break, I'm so glad to be back. So, happy day today. I start with a tag on the bottom for the journaling. And then when I lay down the photos, I just want to make sure I'm kind of straightish. And boy, that lower photo was spot on. So I'm just moving around them a little bit. To get placement up and down more so than the left right now. And I know I might want to tuck some things, so I don't glue right up to the edges of the photos, but I know that tag has to go there, so that goes down. And this ATG is good in that you will see I pull it up in a minute. And if I had used liquid glue, I was not going to get that up again. So it will become more permanent as it lays on there. So I lay out my clusters, and I really thought I was going to use some of those rub-ons for more layering. But once I get these flowers down and the leaves, I'm happy. And actually I pull out those film strips, and that really kind of makes the cluster for me. And I, believe it or not, I do not use the golf ball eyelet. And maybe it's not called an eyelet, but it's got the eyelet back. So that's why I called it that. If I didn't explain exactly, next month, Off the Board with Pineapple Papers is where we take a pin for inspiration. So I can use a sketch that's not on my board, and then use a different pin for like color inspiration or something to that effect. I might do a couple different ways. Maybe I'll take some sketches off of Pinterest, but I really want to use the rest of these sketches from Christy's Beautiful Life in her 30 Days of Sketches. A great trick is to cut these film strips in half. I always watch for sales, but to get more bang for your buck, use half of it when you're tucking, and it makes it go twice as far. And then this flower goes back down again. And I am using these butterflies. That one looks like a moth, and maybe they are all moths, but I'm just going with the blues and the greens and different shades of green. And then I use the foam dimensional tape on the middle to be able to bend those wings a little bit. Now they will flatten out a little bit in a page protector, but that dimensional foam does give them a little dimension. I love the way this turns out. I wish I could say that on every page. It does not happen on every page. And this was a rough start. I get a rough start because there's not much to it, and it's just so much of what you want to do with it. Didn't have to use florals, but it worked really well. I think you could call this like a very classic sketch in that, I think this about a lot of sketches, but you could use it for so many different things, and make it look different, honestly, as well. I mean, if you had two horizontal photos, you could use this sketch over and over and over again and get very different results. If, for example, background paper, if I would use white, it would have looked really different. You can do more mixed media, less mixed media. It's very versatile and very classic. So I just continue with the butterflies and the moths and get that foam tape underneath the middle of them. This one you'll see I line up exactly on the butterfly and I cut it because the last one it was too long. But this is very forgiving with this foam tape. You can trim it off after it's already on, and then you use that little piece you cut off for something else. There is a tiny little butterfly in there. That was from the laser cuts that I do put just a little tiny piece of foam to pop it up. I am usually a very themey scrapbooker, and rather than filling the page with golf balls, I love, love, love butterflies and the flowers and the film strips. You'll see that the biggest butterfly on the right, that one is not going up, and I want to say it was Ivy Cole Creations that just did one that she said she doesn't always put her butterflies going up. So I've got them going left, I've got them going right, and now I've got them going kind of the other direction. But that's what butterflies do. So I think it looks perfect there. So thank you to Holly with Ivy Cole Creations. I hope it was you. Otherwise, I will give kudos whoever else said it. And I think I'm almost done here. I am going to do some splatters. I have a couple different colors. I have plenty. I use tumble glass. That's what I ended up using to give it a little bit of color. Not really color because it's already blue, but it does give the splatters, and they worked out perfectly. I like using a utensil to hit rather than my finger. I feel like it gives bigger splatters. And I have a little bit more control, so I like that. I did get a couple splatters on the photo on the bottom, not on Julian's face, so it looks just fine on the photo. I was a little bit nervous about smearing it once I put that paper over to cover it again, and it did not smear, so I was very happy with that. So make sure you look to the playlist below. It will have the playlist for 30 Days of Sketches. Check out what everybody else is doing with this sketch. Even though it looks like everyone would do it exactly the same, I bet you will see a lot of people doing it differently, and I will see you again soon for another video.